said that's Quake female unstoppable. That did not sound like... I don't know what sound she made, but she did not say the word unstoppable. Okay, Cypher CNZ. We've got Blood Covenant, into Awoken, into Ruins. We've got Doom versus Visor, then Ranger Galena, and then BJ versus Anarchy. We'll start with CNZ's Doom and Cypher's Visor. What do you want to do? Godlike?
Godlike?
Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm just done now. Let's start the bloody finals, okay? This is Challenger Week 5. We got CNZ versus Cypher. This is a huge match, okay? This is really, really meaningful in terms of who is making the points to get themselves towards Lucca. I hope you guys are generally watching with headphones. Sorry if it's loud. Anyway, we start with Cypher at the moment. He has got Visor. CNZ already firing some damage out. I think he sensed a piercing sight and sensed Cypher's warmth approaching him and then thus promptly moved away to not get rocketed in the feet. Not a bad amount of damage on Cypher, that is. CNZ, I mean, he didn't even need to, like, flee. Yeah. CNZ gets first blood. I don't really know what happened there for Cypher. That was awkward for him. Do you see me? I hear you. And somehow he still comes out on top with a nice rail. Gonna get himself into a position for this. LG, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was too close, dude. That was too close. Dude, LG was the weapon right there. CNZ is risking life and limb. Oh my god, it's close once more. Yeah, little flick. Oh, he gets the rail. Vertical shot there. Hurty-verty, there you go, Sensor. That one's for you. CNZ now goes 3-0 up. Oh, man. Oh, he's missing at the moment. Is he going to still launch himself onto this? He does. LG. Cypher... Cypher's doing well in these fights, but I don't really think he should be committing that hard. This is difficult. Is there light armor? Light armor does spawn. So sick there from CNZ. Really, really big shot. Cypher has a pretty crappy mega stack now. Nice little patience there to make sure it wasn't flowing too straight forward so that Cypher can get follow-up damage easily. Just guessing that he was moving straight onto it. I mean, he knows where he should be aiming at. He's just not quite connecting the dots. Surprised he didn't necessarily drop. He's just keeping that high ground presence. He has a nice little positional advantage over the map. I don't know if he was meant to double jump there, but whatever happened, he didn't jump again. Heavy up in a moment. Cypher's too far away from it. He can't even deny it. This is a baller start at the moment for CNZ. I want to check the picks and bans in a moment because I'm guessing that CNZ banned out Slash. And it's decent damage and the Mega's picked up by Cypher, but there's just so little stack to work with. So Cypher, it was actually Cypher that banned out. He banned out a Nyx, but Cypher didn't want to pick the Slash. He's been having a little bit of difficulty with that champion. So I can respect the fact that he maybe does not want to use it. Ooh. Oh my god, right at the feet. CNZ's ammo situation is a bit touch and go right now. LG ammo fixed. Rocket's not horrific. But he needs to have some presence on the heavy armor, and he's just not there at the moment. He's just been sorting out the rest of his utility. But he hears where Cypher is. He doesn't move into any trouble with piercing sight. It's a rocket for a rail. And again, I don't think I've seen Cypher get a clean mega this entire game. Tries to flick it out, but no such luck. Now he can try and hold ground onto the heavy. Very good management of his own position and his aim at the mega health, doing good damage to Cypher and making sure that control is contested at a sort of risk-free type of pace. I say that. He goes up the bounce pad after taking a pretty nasty amount of rocket damage. Oh, hits one more rail, but does lose his life. Cypher, sure, he gets himself the mega health, but not an ideal stack still. Has to drop down for a light, and that's going to give CNZ an opportunity to get onto the heavy armor. CNZ is going to struggle to get all the weapons now. I'd be surprised if he's got more than LG. So CNZ is definitely... I mean, I see what you mean in terms of the way he plays. He's definitely a very serious player, though. He's self-funded himself to go to many lands when a lot of people have kind of ruled him out as a contender. Like, a lot... Like, he's invested a lot to make sure that he's present on the land circuit, even when he's, you know, not even regarded as, like, a top 16 player in a tournament. But he's managed to grind it out, and he's been giving us super good performances. Especially at PGL last year. Cypher so weak. CNZ too, but cannot justify overcommitting to a push. I'm trying to think of some examples, but I mean, like CNZ's just been at a lot of events. He's actually got a very good amount of LAN experience, just not all at a high level. PGL, I think it's really where he flourished the most. CNZ wants to push in on this. He found some good damage and decided to commit. I think he just spotted the heavy, so he knows that's for him, and he's got time to get himself over towards the mega health. This is a really hard game at the moment for Cypher. Oh, on that damage. No light armor taken from Cypher. Good discipline as well of the weapons that he's using. Gets that switch back over to the LG, even though he wanted to rail initially. Or direct rocket. That kind of props him into the heavy armor. I feel like Cypher's been having trouble with this map all day. He kind of barely scraped wins on this map versus NSC and versus... who was the other person? Versus Ince. And right now, CNZ looks like he could be taking the map too. This used to be, like, Cypher's... I would say, like, maybe his main map. I'd say he's super comfortable on maps like Blood Run also. But it's definitely, like, one of the maps you expect him to flourish on. Yeah, CNZ's been around for a long time. He's an Estonian player. Playing Quake Live for ages. I don't know if how much further before Quake Live he was from. Well, that means he's going to have to give up the mega health. Cypher actually gets that good mega health this time. Keeps some stack after it. And he's going to retain it, actually. CNZ not able to punish him. These 2 minutes is very much about CNZ playing defensively. And see how successful he can be with the strategy. He's running at the moment. Oh my god. Cypher tries to rocket jump to get himself towards heavy, and he just plucks him out of the air. Like, CNZ's definitely, like, not even a 10th as well known as Cypher. But he's significantly more than a 10th the skill of Cypher. Like, he's very, very good player. And he would be still incredibly fitting in the QPL if he's able to qualify there. Oh, missed rail. The bite. To me, that's GG right there. That is CNZ taking map number 1 and putting Cypher under a lot of pressure. Unexpectedly would not see it go as convincing as this. But, you know, given that Cypher has been struggling with the map today a bit, it's... Cypher's been doing a lot better in follow-up maps. So we'll see what can happen. Yo, Jerky, thanks so much for the 19 months in a row, dude. I appreciate it so much. Oh, check those rails out, man. And from what I remember, CNZ was around in Quick Live from fairly early on. Yeah, I remember him from early on, but I don't know if he was around Quake even longer than that. He's definitely been playing, like, a good 10 years plus, right? But he's not been competitive for that long. Competitively, I've probably only known of him for maybe 5 years? 4 or 5 years? Yeah, that's going to be GG. Cypher calling it.
You win.
I mean, it is possible for... Like, Cypher can look great, but when you're looking good in a tournament... it's easier to look good when you're winning against people. Sometimes you go up against someone who is as good as you, sometimes even better, or maybe a little worse, but is having a great game. And all of a sudden you're not going to look great anymore because that person's really hard to play against. But if you're playing against random Scrub Lord 10, then it's, you know, easier for a lot of high-level competitive players to look phenomenal. So I think Cypher's been playing well today. We've seen some great maps from him earlier on where he's looking incredibly tight. But I think, you know, credit to his opponents as well, that, like, CNZ right now is giving him a great run for his money. Right, let's see if Cypher can bring it back a little bit. So, CNZ banned Eisen on Cypher's map. Good ban. Cypher's gone with Ranger. CNZ's gone with Galena now. Statistically, Galena is a better pick in general. But if Cypher wins it, we'll go to Ruins, where Cypher banned Sorlag. CNZ picked BJ, and Cypher picked Anarchy. I mean, I feel like CNZ has had the stronger champion draft in this entire series, and I feel like before the games even start, Cypher's playing with a tiny disadvantage. But we'll see, because we've got this map coming up, and CNZ could get himself really close to Sirius' scoreline with a victory here. CNZ was purely dual player or also Teemo's player? Oh my god, CNZ almost falls off the map. I'll try and answer that in a second. I think I've seen him generally playing duel. I don't remember him a lot on team modes. I think he played them, but I think he preferred duel. I saw him in a lot of 125 FPS cups where team players would never really be caught playing at all. CNZ, he's got control, but it's hard to hold at the moment given the amount of out-of-control damage that Cypher's doing. Difficult to land the shot, CNZ. Bit of patience. Not overcommitting to any angle where he could receive some nasty damage. See if he can do some damage. Looking for a stray rocket. He's not going to get it. Cypher goes for a little peekaboo shot. Well, nothing works for him there. Cypher gets stuck a bit. He's going to try and jump across. He might even try and orb across. Yeah. It's just so dangerous there. He was weak. Oh, brilliant entry rocket. And that's going to be the heavy for CNZ. There's no orb, so... God, I think even going up the bounce pad, he can justify it. Cypher's very weak. He's going to go again. Absolutely worth it. Good plays. Good stack judgment from CNZ. And that's going to secure him first blood almost 2 minutes in. And there's a kind of optimal range for the Tribot. Sometimes you just got to push past it, as you just watched CNZ do. You could almost justify going up again. Oh my god, that rocket was insane. We've got an orb across. He does destroy the... destroy the totem. That was insanely close. There's one. Two. He needs to resecure control. Oh my god. Such an awkward angle to go at. Yeah, just get heavy, back off. Control's still yours, CNZ. The thing is, he's just got control and he really wants to capitalize from it and get as many kills as he possibly can. But Cypher's making it very difficult to, like, get those finishing blows. He's going around these tough corners to chase around. And what CNZ has to do the entire game is respect the defensive damage that Cypher can bring out. And Cypher's like hoping for an overcommitment, hoping for a mistake, because that's going to be one of the easiest ways for him to get into the game. Otherwise, he's the one who has to be proactive, and he has to somehow initiate a fight where he's dealing damage close to 2-1. Cypher's getting out of there. We might get a chase again. Cypher's in trouble. 1 HP. He's going to get 225s, but the LG's good. And he's just used the orb. That's actually the biggest hurting point. There's nails. Oh my god, he just hits like 100% nail gun. Oh, that's devastating for CNZ. That is devastating. Cypher still didn't pick up the rockets or anything like that, so control is tightly challenged by Cypher, but it's not easy for him to acquire. That's what Cypher wanted the whole time. He wanted CNZ to chase, like, over the posts to get him down with LG, because he knew that's a great time for... nice rail shots. It's a nice time for nail gun to be super effective. He could tie it up in a moment. CNZ is going to go through. He picks the right moment. That was... that's a scary moment for CNZ, because he knows if he goes at the wrong time, he's just going to eat a rail or a rocket or something nasty. He's only on 100 health. No armor. Halfway through the game. Heavy's not up for 3 more seconds. Cypher. Oh my god, he hasn't done any damage. CNZ managed to get that heavy armor pretty much cleanly. That's really big for him. Okay, he takes the rail afterwards. And there will be an advantage for Cypher. But that's another decent period of the clock just stopped. Doesn't sense that CNZ was around the corner, sneaking his way up the staircase. And CNZ needs some resources and he's struggling to find any. Oh, the drop. Players are weak and he has used the totem very well, but again, he pokes his head out for a moment. And he takes that rail shot. He can't really afford to take these rail shots because that's forcing him to have to go back into a defensive position. Does he know he's there? Oh, the retaliatory rail. Dude, this is like neck and neck right now. Like the exchanges that we're getting to determine who's keeping control or staying in control is just... What the fuck did he just do there? That was got to be a spam rail. There's no way he reacted to him going like through that angle. Jesus Christ. He must have predicted that, because I can't imagine anybody's like humanly capable, unless you're a bloody cat. There's just no way you're reacting to that. Oh, hello. There's a little bit of a setup here of totems. Cypher will get rid of them. Whole bunch of resources taken. Game very close at the moment. Oh, there's so much LG damage from CNZ. Oh, and he finds the rocket splash on the side. Fairly creative just there. Just realized what Cypher's trying to do, so he needs to get onto that mega quickly. 3-2. CNZ looking to stabilize. And if he can get himself some more item control, he is looking for the W at the moment versus Cypher. Cypher's doing anything he can to keep a hold of this. Oh my god. Insane how long he sticks around. Is CNZ overthinking this though? No, that's it. Cypher finds him. He's tied it up yet again. CNZ, man. He's doing some insane defensive maneuvers, but Cypher is just constantly on him. Cypher's got a feeling. He's got a feeling. It still works for him. LG, that heavy's not up for a while. Cypher's going to take the lead now. CNZ, he's the one who's got to make a magical play at the moment. He's not done bad LG damage, but look at that, getting that +1 armor bonus. CNZ, Totem to help him out, but the clutch rail comes out. That's a 2-frag advantage. Items aren't up for a little bit. There's a small danger factor at the moment for Cypher. With CNZ off the spawn, he can make a play for some items. Cypher keeping himself in the series. Mega health up in a moment. He gets the rocket. He can't knock him off it completely. There's the orb is going to take him down. 6-3. We're closing in. GG's. Especially if he keeps on hitting this damage off the spawn. Can't rail again. He's out of ammunition. Boom. That's another one. Christ, Cypher had to do everything right there in order to take the map. That was... like... you're earning your paycheck there. CNZ's going to try and do what he can, but it's too late for him to make things work. Cypher goes abracadabra, wins a map. We get ourselves a tiebreaker on Ruins. Seriously high level game, I think, we just saw from both players though. Some really, really exceptionally good Quake from CNZ and from Cypher. I think that moment where, holy crap, 64% rail and still 53% rail from CNZ. But it's that damage advantage, like out of control for so long, yet still able to get that output. That's the Cypher that we've been missing. That's the Cypher being Cypher. But now we go to something interesting. We go to BJ for CNZ and Anarchy for Cypher. Ooh, it feels like risky picks for both. I feel like it's even riskier for Cypher, but we'll see what can happen. Alright, the action's going to recommence momentarily. CIS is not in today, guys. CIS is not in. So I'm going to quickly go through the leaderboard just as we get into this. So if CNZ wins this map, he's going to be on 488 points, 12 points behind CIS. If Cypher wins this map, he's going to be on 463 points, 37 points behind CIS. And that's not very many points at that stage. Then you have to really just go in clutch for the last 3 challenges, Challenger Cups. But we're on CNZ off the beginning. Got to learn some of those nice little tight angles on an Anarchy. It's actually chasing. Got to watch out for rockets. Oh my god, man. Cypher just keeps hitting the rocket damage. And they're just popping out a rail at the right moment. It's a good start for him. CNZ gone done fluff this up a little bit. CNZ gonna be upset by the end of this is the question. That rail was hot. Stacks well, I was gonna say even. Oh, they're even now after that rocket jump's taken place, more or less. It's a play now onto the Mega. Nails. It's gonna be taken by Mega's taken by CNZ, but damage is just all-time high from everybody. Oh my god, somehow Cypher clutches out the rail before BJ's passive comes into play. I'm gonna try and do it again. CNZ is just manning up at the moment. He knows it's like an inherent stack advantage. He needs to make some... Oh. I was going to say he needs to make some plays to just increase his stack. I like this. He's just making sure that this Mega's definitely his. Really nice. Don't know if he saw the injection getting used. Up the bounce pad, one more rocket, and you know Cypher can hit that last rocket if he doesn't die. That could have been a frag extension. That feels bad for Cypher. You do not expect to die like that. Getting caught now in the LG room. CNZ's got to hit something. Oh, the clutch rail right at the end for CNZ to take the lead. Got dual wield once again. One rail. Rockets, not too bad. Positioning's good. Cypher can't get out of there at all. 5-3. CNZ has done some work and then some in order to bring this lead to him. It looked like it'd be a crushing at the beginning. Thought they went through the teleporter. We'll just back it off. Oh. He's going to get light, but Cypher's going to get himself onto heavy. He's challenging in late here. I don't like that. There's no chance anything happens. I think he's messed up his control a bit. Oh, the rail fires, but he's already pushed out. Can he get the frag? Cypher misses the rail shot and he can't reload for the next one in time. CNZ is looking great. The thing is, the game is like far from over, it feels like. Nails. Just don't chase, dude. We've seen the dramatic things that can happen if you do. Cypher didn't want to risk going there, even though he could have made it beforehand, is not to know how CNZ's playing that situation. You just saw him. You just saw him, dude. It's good use of the ability, I think, to get himself over onto heavy. It was risky, dude. Being raidable for these short period moments in time. Needs some HP. CNZ's still in a precarious position here with the amount of stack that he has. I think Cypher, he needs to get himself... Okay, well, he's got some stack now. He needs to do what he's done similarly, but if he's got any stack left, he needs to kind of invoke the power of chaos and just, like, get in and get stuck into a fight. Because these, like, loose combat situations seem to make the fights too even. And the player of the stack advantage seems to be coming out on top. Oh, big rocket. No point in continuing to challenge. Kills a few seconds of that. He won't get himself onto the mega health. Man. Still railable. Just got to back away. This is really, really bad for CNZ. Really, really bad. He's put himself in a horrible position. No, there was a brain fart just then from CNZ. That was like the worst spot for him to go. He needed to get health or stack or anything like that. To be in the mega room was the wrong place to be. That's a really nasty time to mess up for him. And CNZ, obviously, he knows what to do. He's going to capitalize on that. Cypher takes so long to find him, but as soon as he does, the missiles are homing. Sorry, they're homing rockets. CNZ's got a stack, but has he got the weapons to fight against Cypher is the question. Oh, caught up the bounce pad of the LG. He's going up again, but why again? Why again? You didn't have to go up again. That was a non-mandatory part of the curriculum. You just don't do that. Cypher can't justify pushing past that. That's just crazy talk. But I don't think CNZ can justify holding on to the heavy area either. This is a really weird moment for both players because Cypher does go to heavy in the end. He's the one who initiates that. But what the hell does CNZ do? Stackless? Missing half the useful weapons? Even if Cypher doesn't go up a bounce pad twice, don't be stupid. Oh, doesn't want to fight. It's like, yeah, let's just get out of there. You might have heard me take the armor, but let's move. Oh, he's just trying to negotiate this position, man. He can't play defensive to the end of the game. He just needs to find a way to get to some useful weapons. He's not going for the rail. It's really interesting watching CNZ's defensive play. I feel like if Cypher doesn't get a frag in the next 30 seconds or so, I'm going to go over to his point of view. But I'm finding it fascinating watching CNZ play defensively. He's actually going to be able to negotiate this heavy. That's huge. He hits a big rocket. Oh my god, an even bigger rocket somehow. Can he rocket jump up to get himself this? Nope, he's messed up the movement. Still managed to hit some damage. He's still railable, I think. Oh, he's going to be found. Can he switch to the rocket in time? LG with 4 health left. How much closer do these fights get? That is absolute madness. We'll go over to Cypher for a bit because he's got a chase. These points are meaningful. He might call it GG though. It looks like he's going to call it GG. That's it, guys. Cypher calls good games. CNZ wins 8-5 in the tiebreaker map with a very interesting, diverse set of skill sets he's been demonstrating for us. CNZ makes it work. What a performance for him. I think it feels like he's been battling to win against Cypher for a while, and he's getting it done. Getting it done in great, great, great fashion. Really, really nice game from CNZ. He should be really pleased with himself. So he's going to put himself 12 points. 12 points behind CIS. That's like the bloody league's reset there. Cypher's going to be on... He got plus 150. So he's on 363. He's on 413 points. So he's 87 points behind Sirius and 75 points behind CNZ. So he's close. But right now, like, it's going a bit wild at the moment. If Sirius continues to like win cups that he participates at, fine. But if we keep getting these CNZ Cypher matchups, those games are going to be crazy because it could be those two fighting tooth and nail to the end of the challenges in Season 1 to see who gets themselves to Lucca. You got to be active, Sirius. That's true. I mean, either way, man. You're fighting for your own advantages, but like the battle is heating up a lot in challenges at the moment, especially because you took a week off. I'll be honest, it's spiced it up a lot. But even so, the battle between CNZ and Cypher is also super, super interesting. It's like fan favorite versus what people would consider a massive underdog. Skill-wise, CNZ's not really an underdog at all compared to Cypher. But if you look at like just who people would personally favor he would look like an enormous underdog. This would seem like the biggest upset in forever. In reality, it's not that big of an upset. It's still certainly somewhat of an upset, I'd say. But it makes for like a really, really exciting result. It's about the point structure, series. You've got to respect the rules. You've got to respect the rules. It's I think it's to keep people's interest, because otherwise, if you do badly in the first 4 cups, you don't really feel motivated to play the last 4. But this way, you keep the interest higher and higher and higher. You know what I mean? Like, I get where you're coming from for sure, but I don't dislike a system that incentivizes repeat performances and repeat signups, because otherwise, if I'm honest, what's the point in 80% of the population of these tournaments playing by weeks 6, 7, 8? There isn't really any. The points keep people really interested because you can feel a lot better about yourself. Yeah, true. Your workload's a bit lighter if you get yourself over to the QPL, but I mean, this is the kind of hard grafting you got to put yourself through in order to get there, right? I do agree though. Like, if you won so many of them and then shit hits the fan, and you don't qualify, yeah, it sucks. But I think it shows that even if you, honestly, like, I'm not saying how dare you for not turning up, absolutely not, but imagine even if you turn up and you got knocked out in the first round, you might have made an extra 10 points today. Who knows if that could be a difference? You don't even have to play. You literally have to check in and then rage quit out, and you still would have got some points probably. But still, like, mind-blowing result actually. Really, really exciting to see. Today, honestly, like, sorry, serious. Today's games were like the best. I think the challenges, cups have seen the entirety of Season 1. The problem with Sirius was that he's just beat people too easily. So although he looked great to watch, the games were not as close in general. We had 1 or 2 good finals between him and Cypher, but in general, yeah, it's been a hard graft. But so many games today were so good. I've got like a huge backlog of shit that I need to get clipped up and highlighted and put onto YouTube, so Jesus Christ, I need to do it at some point. What happens once EU, CIS, and Americas are complete? Well, there's 8 weeks of challenges. There's 10 weeks of QPL. And I'm pretty sure by the end of week 9 QPL, we'll already know who the challengers are that are going over to Lucca. And I'm pretty sure it's about sorting out travel arrangements and so on by that point, because you need a little bit of headway to get people over there. But yeah, it's top 2 of challengers in each respective region are going to go to Lucca to fight out against their QPL counterparts to qualify into the QPL themselves. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to shoot off. It's been a super enjoyable stream, so I want to thank you all for watching. I will keep up this content of covering the challenges circuit. It's been a blast. We've got 3 more weeks of it to go. I'm not going to be casting tomorrow. Tomorrow is 2 people, I think Ketchup's on. I don't really know who is on. I'll be on the QPL stream next week. But yeah, enjoy the Americas regions later on. I saw Dewey in chat, so I hope you'll be playing. Good luck, Dewey, in your games, and good luck to all of the other Americas Challenger players. Yeah, I'll wish you guys an excellent time, and I'll see you more for more Quake, more content. Bye-bye.